It's at 10 on Channel 5.
One at the Democratic National Convention from San Francisco. Good evening, this is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting tonight from CBS News Convention headquarters. And this convention opens not only with the bang of a gavel, but with the bang of at least some news. A summit meeting tonight in a few hours featuring Walter Mondale, Gary Hart, and Jesse Jackson. The meeting is scheduled in about 3.5 hours from now. Fresh evidence of what a convention is all about. It's part hype, part hoopla, part democracy on the hoof, as Democrats begin this once every 4 years quest to unite for November. This opening night, following a week when the frontrunner made history by choosing a woman running mate, following a weekend when the frontrunner made headlines with a blunder. Walter Mondale, leaving the relative calm of South Lake Tahoe today for San Francisco, admitted his stumble. First, trying to fire Party Chairman Charles Manat and replace him with controversial Southerner Burt Lance, then the firestorm of protest, then giving Manat back the title and giving Lance the title of General Mondale Campaign Chairman.
Now, I'm not saying this was handled perfectly. Obviously it wasn't, but I think the net result is a good one.
The outcry and embarrassment gone and forgotten, at least temporarily, in the streets of San Francisco as the Mondale-Ferraro ticket makes a picture-perfect photo opportunity. And at a meeting with women backers later, Geraldine Ferraro invokes the spirit and the letter of John Kennedy.
For what this ticket is all about, and what we celebrate today, is not what America can do for women, but what women can do for America.
For rival Gary Hart, this was not the day to concede anything, though he did endorse one half of the Mondale-Ferraro ticket.
I believe that Geraldine Ferraro will be the Vice President of the United States.
And 3 other lightning rods of the party added to this heat and light show during a joint appearance. Jesse Jackson, Burt Lance, Charles Manat. The talk, said Jackson, was talk of unity. So, for all the talk about unity or lack of it, already the people who really know are down there on the floor of this convention. Our 4 veteran correspondents down on the floor have been checking the moods and attitudes of what one good-natured local person has called the true life adventures of Minnesota Fritz in the Temple of Doom. About those attitudes and moods, Ed Bradley?
Dan, what we found here is that the one thing the Mondale people wanted after a very divisive and long and even bitter primary campaign was a kind of smooth convention that would give them a capper for all of that and a good kickoff for the fall general election campaign. Coming in, they thought they had all of their building blocks in place. Gary Hart was a candidate but had no real chance at the election, and all of the potentially divisive issues in the form of minority reports had been reduced to an absolute minimum. Contrast that with 4 years ago when the President of the United States faced some 20 minority reports and the possibility of being embarrassed on national television almost every 20 minutes by members of his own party. This year, that wouldn't happen to the nominee. In fact, they thought they'd even gotten rid of that shadow of President Carter at the beginning. He learned this only this afternoon that he was scheduled to address the convention just 30 minutes before national television coverage began. Bob Schieffer?
Ed, the delegates are meeting here tonight with something of a sense of bewilderment. Walter Mondale is firmly in control of this convention, as you point out. But the events of the past 2 days, in the words of one delegate who talked to me just a moment ago, have sort of shaken us. We wonder, is Mondale still in control of his staff? How did all of this happen? This fiasco involving Burt Lance and Charles Manat, something that was not really an issue that Mondale has managed to make into an issue. A source with information about the Democratic Finance Committee said that some people are saying that all of this in the last 2 days may cost $5 million in fundraising, that there is something that is worrying delegates all across the South and in the North, too. So while Mondale is in control, these delegates have some questions. Leslie Stahl.
Well, Bob, Mondale people, I'm told, are well aware of those concerns. And what they're planning to do now is demonstrate at this convention that Mondale is in control. And they're planning to do that by taking on Jesse Jackson and defeating him on one of the big issues here. After Mondale caved in on the Lance